Greetings, students. This is Professor Welch again, and our subjects today are chapters 9 and 10. And there's a very critical concept you need to understand, which would be the types of false confessions. There's the voluntary false, and in these cases, there's really no evidence that the underlying crime was committed by this particular person. The person, through some mental illness or some craziness, they confess to a crime voluntarily that they did not commit. You may remember at the time of John Benet Ramsey's death, there were many people just coming out of the woodwork to confess they did that, but because of mental problems, there was no truth that had actually happened. Now, the next one is coerced compliance, C-O-M-P-L-I-A-N-T, false confessions. And this can be traced to coercion. One of my favorite programs to watch is Forensic Files, and I've seen examples of where the person being interviewed is subject to very powerful stress and confusion, and they want the interview to just stop, so they don't realize the significance of what they're doing by confessing to an act, and they don't understand the ramifications. So I've seen cartoons of these forced confessions where they just keep them for like 10 hours and stress them over and over again. So that is called the coerced compliant false confession. The other confession is the coerced internally false confession. And in this one, someone is interviewing someone that may have memory problems such as Alzheimer or dementia, and they keep talking about some event that they may have committed a crime on some occasion. But the person, because of their illness, cannot really understand whether they did it or not. But they say, well, I must have done it because they keep talking about it. But it's really a product of poor memory. This comes up when people have severe alcoholism or they're elderly with dementia and that kind of thing. And remember, these are the various types of false confessions, and it's important that you understand those. Our next concept is about the right brain. Have you heard about people who are right brain or left brain in terms of the hemisphere of their brain? Well, those people who understand love, loyalty, and honor, that's a right brain person, R-I-G-H-T. There are the emotion-oriented person, and the key to their survival is some type of stability, and they're emotion-oriented. You need to read about that particular term. The emotion-dominant person, this person tends to be timid or withdrawn type of person, and that needs to be reviewed. Some other terms that you need to be aware of is introverted, people who they prefer to be alone, and they like to think things over, and to be out in a social setting is very difficult for them. Some people think Hillary Clinton is an example of an introverted person. The extroverted is the opposite. They want to be out every day, meeting people, finding adventure. Many people think Steve Jobs Margaret Thatcher, Bill Clinton. They're examples of the extrovert. So you need to know about errors that occur. The largest numbers of errors that occur is not from the prosecution or the prosecution witnesses, but these are police errors. That's resulting in the largest number of errors that lead to false convictions. So in your study, be sure and review the various types of errors that are made in the system. You'll also need to know about sensory dominant person, what that means. The person, they will take control of a situation very quickly. So when you're interviewing various types of suspects, you need to know, are they introverted, extroverted, are they sensory dominant, emotion dominant, are they a right brain person dealing with love, loyalty, or are they a left brain, very logical, mathematical? So all of these distinctions help us to have a stronger interview. So those are important terms that you need to understand. So this will be the end of the dictation on chapters 9 and 10.